Hello everyone, happy Wednesday afternoon. Hope you're having a great Wednesday. And if you, okay, so let's see, recover the broadcast. Why did you do that? I'm now testing to make sure that our live is going to be okay. All right, I am connected to Facebook. I'm about 2 minutes early. And so if you could say hello, that would be wonderful so that I know that you are here. Happy Wednesday afternoon. I almost said Tuesday, but it's Wednesday afternoon. Hello, Peggy. How are you? Hello, hello. Hi, everyone. So as you join this afternoon, please be sure to say hello. It's hard to believe it's already Wednesday. I don't know where the last 3 days have gone. Hi, Gail. Hugs and kisses to you as well. Thank you. I need the good wishes. All right, we'll wait for everyone to join in. We have about a minute before starting anyway. Hi, Diane. So everybody take a deep breath, right? Whew. All right, I'm still working at it, girls. Trying to unpack, trying to get ready for classes this weekend. It's just such a busy time. Okay. So today we are going to finish our discussion about punch organization, okay? And I'm going to tell you what happened with the drawer yesterday. So I've got the inside scoop for you all, okay? All right, it's 3 p.m. Welcome. If you are brand new this afternoon, my name is Tammy Shaia. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I am happy and delighted to be with you this afternoon. So welcome to Facebook Live in the Hive. After 17 years of being a demonstrator, I feel that I have different ideas about how to organize your stamping supplies. And so I'm going to share that with you. We all have our own way of organizing things, which is absolutely fine. And you have to do what works for you and what works for your space. But I hope in some small way that you'll find a little bit of wisdom from this and that you can use this in your own stamping space. All right? So let's talk about yesterday. All right? So I don't think that Closet Factory realized how many punches I actually have. Okay? So yesterday afternoon, when the drawer began to fall or buckle, that's when I ended the broadcast. And I did call Closet Factory and speak to my closet designer as well as the owner. The owner was at my house within the hour. And so I can't say enough good things about them. I'm going to show you what happened and how the issue is going to be resolved, and it will be taken care of by Monday. So I'm very happy about that. The drawer itself is absolutely fine, okay? It will work for the amount of punches I have. The brackets that the drawer was on, and of course you can't see the entire thing. Maybe now you can if I back up. This is one side of the drawer, okay? And this began to buckle and the screw came out of the side of the cabinet. So on Monday, the engineer will be here and they are going to be putting up these thick pieces of wood on each side. That is what's going to support the drawer, which should hold 100 pounds easily, or maybe even more. So I have 4 of these punch drawers, so that will be taken care of. Also, I believe I have 6 die storage drawers. So we all know how heavy dies are, right? So that's going to also be taken care of. So anything with weight in this room it's going to be taken care of. So I feel really, really good about that. I was very happy that the owner was able to reach out to me and come right away. He even talked to the Closet Factory. I used to live near Virginia Beach, and so he called the Closet Factory in Virginia Beach to see what they had used on my drawers at my old home. And so that was also very helpful. So anyway, that's the latest. And I have no idea if anything will go wrong in this broadcast today. Probably so. I mean, yesterday my ring light fell, and you already know about my 12 weeks of internet interruption. So I hope this is going to be smooth. Who knows? I'm just kind of rolling with the punches right now. And in all honesty, I just want to get unpacked so that I can create, because right now I'm not in a creative mood, because I need things around me that inspire me. And the only thing inspiring me right now is the paper on this back wall. I absolutely love to walk in. The paper is the very first thing that I see when I walk in this room, and it's pretty beautiful. So that's the inspiring part, okay? So I do have a few more punch organizational tips for you today, and I hope you'll find them useful. These tips can be used in any space, even a tiny bedroom. Now, let me remind you, my very first stamp room was a tiny bedroom, okay? Very, very small. All right, so I'm going to take a sip of water, and then we're going to get started with those tips. Okay, so let's start with labeling, okay? Because I showed you my P-Touch machine. I showed you the different size labels, and I actually want to create a label with you, okay? Ooh, Peggy, that's an excellent idea. I'll try and answer that at the very end, okay? So if you all have questions, I'd be so happy to answer those for you. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna switch on over to my, my P-Touch printer in my hands. All right, so for my punches, I like to use the 1/4 inch tape. Okay, that's the width of the tape. It is 1/4 of an inch. And so I use this one when I'm labeling punches. I also use it when I'm labeling my Stampin' Blends, okay? All righty. So we want to create a label that looks like this, and then we're actually going to add it to this punch, all right? Now, I keep 1 copy of each of my old catalogs, all right? So I'm gonna show you which catalog I'm in. This is the June 1st, 2016 to May 31st, 2017, all right? And let's see, I might need to switch. Do I need to switch my camera? I feel like y'all are upside down. I'm gonna do a switcheroo, okay? So hang tight, hang tight. Yay, I kind of have it. There we go. I was upside down. I'm not surprised. Okay, so again, I keep 1 copy of each catalog. And so I've been digging through my old catalogs looking at the punches. So I just lost my place in this book. Let's see if we can find it. Let's see, here we are. This is called the Best Badge Punch, all right? And it is right here. And this doesn't want to focus, so hang on 1 minute. All right, here we go. The Best Badge is the name of the punch, okay? So I have 2 different fonts on my label machine. And I believe the F1 is called Helsinki, and F2 is called Bohemia. And so I like the font on F2, okay? And I'm going to type in best badge and the item number. Now, of course, the item number is not that important anymore because it is a retired punch, but I like to keep things consistent, okay? And that's the way I like to organize things. I want everything to look the same and be consistent. I've hit the print button, and by the way, I don't know if you saw it, but I added some links yesterday to the last punch video on where to find your P-Touch machine. Okay, so here is our label. And you know, I can actually zoom in. So let's zoom in a little bit. All right, and I'm gonna take that and I want this to be centered right across here. So I need to do a little trimming. So this is where your paper trimmer comes in. I'm gonna use the tiny paper trimmer that we had just a few years ago. I'm gonna hold real tight. I'm gonna push there so that tape does not move because it does like to slip. And then I'm gonna go over here and cut it at about the same. Okay, so let's see if it fits. And again, I'm not measuring the length of the tape. I am just eyeing it when I trim it, okay? So let me get this in a little trash can. All right. And I've got to find that paper again. There it is. And then I'm going to try and center it. Of course, I want it centered. I want it to look really, really good. And that is not centered. A good thing for you to use is your Take Your Pick tool, which I do not have mine right here. The other thing I like about these labels is they are forgiving, which means I can pick up the label and reposition. And still not happy about that. And this is the other thing. I am my own worst enemy. I want everything to be as straight as possible. And then I want everything to be consistent. So we have labeled one of our punches, okay? And that's how I do it. If it is a smaller punch, I will label it and put the item number under it. And let me find another smaller punch. I think I had one. Let's see, hang on one second. And I've also labeled it and put the item number down here, okay? So that's 3 different ways that you could label your punches. All right, any questions about that? Again, I use a P-Touch machine. I found a couple on Amazon and just gave you those links. So I hope you'll find that helpful. All right. Now, the next thing is, let's see, I've done that. I've shown you how I label my punches. By the way, after the broadcast, I had to pull the punches out of the drawer, and I noticed that I had a lot of punches that weren't labeled, and it's because they were retired, and I never took the time to label the retired punches. So guess what? I am doing that now. I am labeling every single punch, even if it's retired, and I'm going through all of my old catalogs to find those punches. So, and I'm actually excited about that because they'll all look the same and it will all be consistent. All right, so let's, I'm gonna show you some containers that I purchased from the Container Store that I am finding very helpful. So Gail must have a P-Touch machine. That's awesome. Okay, so here we go. I I found this container right here. I'm switching over to me and I'm gonna zoom out. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit more. Okay, so this is called Made Smart. It's from the Container Store. It's a clear bin and it's 9 3/4 inches by 7 3/4 inches by 1.88 inches, okay? It does have an item number 97788. I will provide a link for this. By the way, right now, the kitchen supplies, which is where I found these containers, the containers I'm showing you today were found in the kitchen area. They're on sale. It's buy one, get one half off. And again, I'm referring to the Container Store. If you're not a member, I signed up to be a member today and got 15% off my total. So keep that in mind. And the sale is going to run through April 26. All right. So you may be wondering, how are you going to use this for your punches? Because you have those amazing punch drawers. So here's the answer. You know, all those handheld punches that we have, they're really difficult for me to store in my brand new punch drawer. So anyone can use this idea, okay? These are my hole punches. And honestly, I have a few more. I just haven't found them yet. So since we're working on punch organization, this is really helping me locate all the rest of my punches and label those that aren't labeled. Now, guess what? This is going to be the best part. This stacks on top perfectly. So I could actually have 2 stacks of handheld punches or any punches that I want. So I love that these stack, okay? Let me show you another idea. I've taken these punches. These are tiny punches, and my drawer dividers are pretty wide. So these punches would just fall in my divided sections. So here, I am able to put in this size punch as well as these 3 smaller punches. And guess what? I can stack them. That's the best part. So I am saving so much space. Plus, I don't want a little punch to take up one of my divided slots. And you know what I'm referring to. That's my actual punch drawers. These would not stack well. They would take up space. And I am able to put these in trays that stack. And I'll show you when we finish up punch organization, which will, I think it's going to be Monday after they fix the drawers. I'm actually going to show you the drawers full. And so I'll show you then where I'm going to be storing these. Okay, it'll be in the same counter area, the same space. All right. So these are from the Container Store. It's called Made Smart. They come in various sizes. All right. So let me show you on my computer. Okay. So right here, by the way, it's buy one, get one half off right now in the kitchen section. And these are considered kitchen containers. All right. So I purchased, I believe it's the 9x8. It is. So this is the one that I purchased that I am finding stackable. You can see here they actually have other pieces. So this just kind of gives you an idea of what they have and how to store things. But I am so thrilled. And even my husband, who thinks I have way too many containers, he likes these. He's very impressed that I'm able to use them for my punches. Now, again, your punches have to be low, okay? If your punch was super high, this won't stack. But because it's low, there's space for that other container to stack. So guess what I did? I went out and bought 2 more today. I bought 2 yesterday, and I bought 2 today. And I believe you can order right online, ladies. You won't even have to go to the store because I've done the homework for you. All right, so now I've got a few more to show you. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna click on Made Smart, and I wanna show you this drawer right here. All right, and by the way, they come with a white backing, or you can get black. I went with the black so that they would go with the tools better, okay? So let me show you this container. You're looking at it on the screen right now, and I am going to grab mine. And this container, I bought a second one of this today. So I'm gonna turn it sideways, okay, so that you can see it. Can everybody see that all right? This one has bigger sections, okay? So I'm gonna show you how I filled this one. This one is the 15 3/4 inch by 13 inches by 2 inches. It's $19.99. It's buy one, get one, half price. And you can get it with the white backing if you want. There it is in the white backing. I just like the black better to go with their tools. All right, so now I'm gonna show you how I filled this container. I have to move around a little bit to grab the container. Oh, whew, heavy. All right, so here's the container that I filled. And I think I'm zoomed out as far as I can. Okay. So we have these corner punches. These are now retired. This one was called the Detailed Trio. All right. And so what I like about this is it fit all 3 of my trio punches beautifully. Okay, by the way, this is how I label the trio. This one doesn't have a label. You know what that means? It's going to get a label. Here's a label right here, the very best trio. And I turn it this way so they all have ample room, okay? Now, my next level is this medium section, and I have all these tiny little whale tail punches. So they needed a home. So they worked perfectly. And now I'm gonna turn it sideways so I can show you everything. Here are another size of whale tail punches. So I put those here. And then I have this section here. So I have a corner rounder, and I've got my little 1/2 inch circle punch. And then I have a few more of these whale tail punches right here. I wonder if I can do this. All right, yep, I'm gonna leave that. I know why I left it there, because the prongs go out on that one. All right, any questions regarding this? I have found this to be amazing. And I don't have to take up space where my big punches go. All right, so that is the largest tray. And something else that I do want to show you, it has feet. So these containers have feet. So when you open the drawer, they're not going to slide around. They're going to stay put, okay? So that's another huge plus. Okay, one more item to show you from Made Smart, and I am not an affiliate for the Container Store, okay? I am not. I'm just showing you what works for me. Okay. So I wanted one for rulers, all right? And sometimes my camera doesn't want to focus. Come on. All right, so this is Made Smart. This is 16 inches. Not sure why it doesn't want to focus for me. There we go. Nope. There we go. We'll leave it like that, okay? Camera's a little crooked, but it focuses better. I am putting my rulers in here. I needed a place for rulers. Again, it has feet. And so when I open a drawer, it's not going to slide around. And this is another one from Made Smart. And if you'd like, let me see if I can find it on the website for you. I should be able to. All right, let's see. Any questions regarding these containers? I really lucked out, and my husband honestly thinks I have way too many containers. I just love to organize things. But now he's very, very happy with the way these turned out. Okay, I think this is the 14-inch. It's 14 by 4, and I'm going to show you that on the website. Here it is. That's the 14-inch by 4. So you can see there are 6 different types of containers in this Made Smart. It's in the kitchen section if you go to the store. But I just love how it's going to stay stationary for me. All right. So, ladies, you can keep those retired punches. Keep those retired punches because now you found some new containers and you can stack them on top each other. It would be excellent on a craft cart, Susan. Absolutely. All right, Barb says, that's a husband thing. Me too on my end. And he does borrow them from time to time. He's too funny. I love it, Barb. Yes, I mean, they tease us about our containers, don't they? But my husband was pretty impressed yesterday. He goes, wow. And then I said, I'm going back to the store to get some more today. One can never have too many containers. Just look in my house and garage. I love it, Gail. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to count the number of containers that I have, okay? All right, I have shown you the Made Smart, which I really wanted to share with you because that's going to work really well for odd size punches, small punches, and the whale tail punches, okay? Now, my big punches that you saw yesterday, they're going in the sectioned dividers. And on Monday, once they put the drawers or reinforce the drawers for the punches, I'm going to fill the drawers and then I'm going to be live to show you how it turned out. And then I'll show you where I'm going to store my Made Smart containers. All right. Okay. Let me show you one other resource. All right. And that is Stampin' Storage. Now, I am an affiliate member of Stampin' Storage, and I've owned their products probably 12 years, to be perfectly honest. We're going to go shopping here, and let's look at punch organization. So I have provided these links in yesterday's live, and I'll provide them again. I love these, but I never ordered these, okay? So I don't have any personal experience with these, but this is another way for you to store punches. This is called a punch carousel. And you can add your punches and this carousel turns, all right? And then if you look right here under punch carousel, it's going to give you the measurements. All right. So that's the punch carousel. I'm reading your comment, Gail. Great idea. This is the lockdown punch holder. And that's what Stampin' Up! Is currently making at this point. We have the lockdowns. They do take up less space. And Just want you to see these, and then if you click, you can find out the measurements on this, okay? So those are the measurements for the lockdown punches, and there's one more. This is for the whale tails, because some of us still have whale tail punches. And so there is a whale tail organizer. And then here are the measurements for the whale tail punch holder. So that'll give you an idea about how much space it will take up, okay? All right, let's cruise over to my blog because I want to show you something, okay? So here's my blog, and you can see the Raleigh team gifts. I've been so busy with retreat, I haven't posted since March 20th. If you scroll down under my picture, and under the word paper pumpkin, you're gonna see a stamp in storage image. When you click on that image, you are shopping with Stampin' Storage, and I may receive a very small commission from your purchase because I am an affiliate member. So please keep that in mind when you shop. It's nice to be compensated for these things because I can provide more resources to my customers, whether you're in person or online, okay? It gives me a way for buying prizes and different resources that we provide, okay? So please keep that in mind when you're shopping. All right, and there is one more thing I'm going to show you while we're here, and I will leave all of these links on today's post. Okay, so you will have all of them. I am going to go to Amazon.com, shop, Be Creative Stamping. All right. And so this is the address. Not sure how well you can see it. And I don't know. Nope, can't enlarge that way. I have a storefront on Amazon. The address is www.amazon.com/shop/Be Creative Stamping. And you will see here different things that I am recommending that you can purchase on Amazon. Yes, I am an affiliate, and I will receive a very small commission if you were to purchase through my store. So please keep that in mind because, again, it helps me to provide these classes. It helps me to provide door prizes and gifts to customers and team members. So you can see my ring light that I'm using. It's right here. And if we go into machines, because that's kind of what we're talking about, we'll talk about the Nimbot soon. I love this new machine. Just bought it about a month ago. I carry it with me. It's great for labeling things. So we'll get into the Nimbot in just a bit, okay? But here is a P-Touch machine. It's $59. You'll have to read about it. I don't know if it's similar to mine. My P-Touch is probably 12 years old, so they don't make it anymore. Here's another P-Touch. This one's $29.99, and it's 33% off. And then here are the two label tapes that I do use, so I put them right here. And here is another P-Touch. It's a little more expensive. So you really need to read the reviews to figure out which machine is going to work best for you. Unfortunately, I can't help you with that because mine is retired. I can tell you the name of mine. It is the P-Touch 1290. Okay, the 1290, 1290. All right, the P-Touch 1290, and it's been improved. So, but I'm anxious to share this Nimbot with you because it's super cool and it can do a lot of fun things too. But the tape would be too big for your punches, by the way. All right, so I've shared those resources with you, and this is my desktop. I am creating a list for you of all the different links where you can find things and where you can do your shopping. All right. So, anyone have questions? I know Peggy had a question about paper, so we'll touch on that in just a few minutes. Any questions as far as punch organization? I'd be happy to answer that for you. By the way, I happened to unpack a box this morning, and I found another layer of punches. Yep. So, and I still haven't found some of my handheld hole punches, so I know they're in a box. So anyway, still unpacking, still finding things. So it's almost a good thing that the punch drawer catastrophe happened yesterday, because it made me realize I do have more punches I need to find. It also made me realize that I haven't labeled a lot of retired punches, and I am going to do it. So what was your favorite thing about today? Was it the labeling? Was it the made smart containers from the Container Store? Or was it the links that I provided today? I would love to know. Okay. Gosh, I'm not seeing any questions. I guess that's good. Maybe I did a good job of explaining things. I know, Barb, it is a happy dance because I think I have more punches I haven't seen. Another reason I realized that was I started going through old catalogs to find the name of a punch. And then I realized I have that punch, but it's not on the counter. I have that punch. It's not on the counter. And so it made me realize I have more punches. So Susan loves the Made Smart. Awesome. Oh my gosh, designer paper is coming up. We are going to be organizing current designer paper. We will organize retired designer paper. And I'll show you how I do the retired ones. And we're going to do 6x6 paper as well as the 12x12. Also specialty papers like foil sheets and adhesive sheets and our glimmer paper. All of that we're going to do, and that will be a very long session for us. It's not this week, okay? I'm still trying to decide about tomorrow. I'm between two things. So I'll see how the rest of the day goes, and then I'll kind of figure out what we can do tomorrow. But I will be live tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time again, okay? All right, I'm so glad y'all enjoyed this. Peggy had asked me in the very beginning about how do I organize my paper, right, Peggy? I'm gonna go back and look at that comment. Let's see. And it was a great question because I get asked that quite a bit. What is the best way to do your paper? So we will spend one day on cardstock. We'll also spend probably a couple of days on designer paper, 12x12 and 6x6. As you can see, I do have mine in these paper holders, and I've had these, I think I've had these 10 years, and they have been in all three of my craft rooms. So of course I highly recommend these, but you've got to have the space for it. My very first stamp room, which Peggy, you're probably gonna remember the first stamp room. It was very tiny, and I did purchase the IKEA Kallax shelving, and I slipped these paper dividers right inside. And so that was the first time that I had used them. So nothing custom built, just a piece of furniture from IKEA. And when we get to that, I'll also provide the IKEA links as well, okay? All right, let me see. All right, I think that's it. Ooh, metallics. Yeah, metallic paper. We're gonna learn how to organize that too, absolutely. The one thing about the designer paper, and Gail, I just saw your comment, the one thing about the DSP, it's gonna take a lot of work, girls, okay? Especially the retired paper. And I'm gonna reorganize mine as we go. So, yeah, that's gonna be very lengthy, but it'll be worth it, right? Because we're gonna get it organized, okay? All right. All right, so Susan, I'm with you. When it comes to DSP, it can be very challenging. And so I'm like you, I put the metallics together. I've got the glimmer together. What else? What are some of those other specialties? I have the vellum together. The window sheets are all together. So I do organize things like that. When the DSP becomes retired, then I organize it a totally different way. And I organize it by seasons, by holidays, by masculine, by baby, you know, that sort of thing. So yeah, we'll get to that. Laura, great question. Do I post ahead of time what we'll talk about? I don't, Laura, because every day changes for me and different things are happening. So it depends on how much time I have in the day that I can devote to this. And then I decide, you know what, this would be a good day to do this. Okay. So that's why I don't post ahead of time. I will tell you, I am considering, I'm considering Stampin' Blends and I'm considering ink pads. So I'm thinking that might come up either tomorrow or Friday. So that's kind of the direction I'm going in, which means we'll get to play with those organizers, okay? Great questions, everyone. I hope you're enjoying this. I'm actually really enjoying this, even though it's taken, you know, it's a little bit slower as far as unpacking the room. But I'm enjoying this, so I really hope that you'll get something out of it. Barb, adhesives. Yes, we must talk about adhesives. And I've never done a very good job of organizing adhesives other than putting it in a drawer. But this time around, I have a vacant wall and we're gonna do something totally different with our adhesives. So stay tuned for that, okay? Yeah, the replay, that's right, the replay is good, absolutely. And what I'm gonna do is each video will focus on one area of organization. So I will have one video just for punch organization. When we do ink pads, it'll be a video just for ink pads. So share this with your crafty friends, please, and let them know what's going on over here at Be Creative Stamping. All right, Susan, I love my Stampin' Storage Combo Ink storage as well. It's one of my favorites. So yeah, we'll definitely do adhesives. I'm glad you said that, Barb, because it's something I may have forgotten about. So, all right, I'll be with you tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Looking forward to it. We are going to start a new area of the room, okay? So we'll get back to punch organization once my drawers are stabilized. And tomorrow we're gonna start something new. So now for me, the rest of the afternoon is I've got to get my retired punches labeled. And I'm really gonna put a lot of effort into it, and it's gonna make me so, so happy when I put those punches in the drawer, okay? And remember consistency. However you label your punches or paper or whatever, keep it consistent and do that the very same way all the time, okay? All right, everyone. Let's see, even though I live far away and can't get the items here, I think it's wonderful to see how your room has turned out. Thank you so much. I so appreciate your comment. That means the world to me. And you know what? You'll probably get some ideas that you can use in your stamp room, even though you're in another country. Oh, good. Peggy's redoing her room. Excellent. That is wonderful, Peggy. We'll also do a ribbon day as well. We have so many different categories that we are going to be exploring. So, and it's kind of fun chatting with y'all every day. All right, I'm long-winded, so I'll say goodbye so I can get back to labeling punches. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday afternoon. I will see some of you on Friday and Saturday for Hostess Club, and I'm looking forward to that as well. All right, everyone, have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you tomorrow, 3 p.m.